A new report from the Calgary Herald shows that the NDP are exempting pretty well everyone from the carbon tax except, well, your family and businesses that need the tax breaks the most right now. So the NDP are exempting 109 large carbon emitters who already pay the Alberta carbon levy. So these are the large oil sands companies that stood behind Rachel Notley that day in support of a carbon tax they knew they'd never have to pay. Now this at least makes sense, even though I agree with neither a carbon tax nor a carbon levy. There is really no need to charge these companies twice for emitting deadly CO2, which isn't deadly at all, of course. And now, according to the Calgary Herald, the NDP are exempting farms who use agricultural fuel and Aboriginal individuals and bands. Now, I have two issues with this. First, if the issue is saving the planet from the deadly effects of CO2, then why are the NDP exempting anyone? This just makes it clear to me that the carbon tax is about a wealth transfer and not about Mother Nature at all. And the second issue I have is the uneven playing field created by exempting Aboriginal bands from the carbon tax. Let me start by saying I'm a strong proponent of Aboriginal businesses. I believe capitalism is the best way out of the generational poverty that plagues so many Alberta reserves. And there are some real Aboriginal success stories, especially in the oil sands. There's the Goodfish Lake Development Partnership. Now, they manufacture coveralls and they extract the waste oil from dirty coveralls and they sell it as a solvent overseas. They dry clean over 2,500 garments per day. They make over 100,000 coveralls per year and they employ 90 people in a fully band-owned company on a reserve of about 2,000 people. That's amazing. That's real success. And then there's the Mixu group of companies. This is their mission statement. The Mixu Group of Companies Corporation was established to create wealth for the First Nation and employment and training opportunities for the citizens and to build individual and collective capacity. Now, they started off in the energy services sector, but they soon branched into several different areas, from camp catering to hotels to sport fishing. But now, exempting band-owned companies from carbon tax means the band-owned companies start with an advantage over their competitors that don't have exemption at all. For example, a non-First Nations owned trucking company will have to factor in the cost of the carbon tax into any bids for prospective projects. Aboriginal owned companies won't have to do the same. A First Nations owned hotel doesn't have to factor the carbon tax into any of their room rates, while the motel next door will have to. Now, this is the same problem created by Bill 6. Some farms are exempt and some aren't. So the playing field is so uneven. Aboriginal companies do well because they are innovative, like Goodfish Lake Development Partnership, or because they self-diversified and because they're so growth-focused like Mixu Group of Companies. But they shouldn't do well because they exist in such an increasingly unfair atmosphere created by an outlandish tax regime. Now, just when I thought the NDP's carbon tax couldn't get any more ridiculous, here they've gone in full social justice warrior and made it race-based. How about we scrap the whole thing altogether instead of dividing the business community based on ethnicity? Go to stopthecarbontax.com and sign our petition, because we are all in this together. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.